Andariki namaskaramlu. Today is the 22nd lecture of our 3 months Sanatana Dharma course. And now we have come to the last topic of the first month's course of instructions. That is Vaastu Shastra. So far we have completed Vedas, Vedangas, Dharma Shastras, Upanishads, Darshanas, Vimana Shastram, and we have also seen Bhagavad Gita. So also we have also seen Sanatana Dharma introduction for 2 days. So for this month, with this topic, we will complete the first months of course of instruction. Now, next month, we will start with Vedic mathematics for a week, and then Sanatana Dharma, Shodasa Samaskarams for another week, then Mahabharatam, what are the Sushma Dharmas in Mahabharatam, that is another week. Like that, we have Ramayanam, and also Puranas, and Panchangam, and also some research topics. What are the research results of Homam, and things like that. And after that, we will have exam on all topics. Then third month, we will have yoga classes. And I have already given notes for yoga classes. So please go through that. And also I have given notes for Vedic mathematics. When you have time, go through that also. And the remaining notes is already, students' notes is already there on the website on various topics prepared by second batch. Under second batch of CCSD, please go through that. This will make your preparation easy for the exams. I think next exam is on Bhagavad Gita. So those who are, many of you are in any case very conversant with that. They keep chanting. But know Bhagavad Gita also before the exam starts. So now let us start with Vande Mataram by Challa Chittibabu Garu and chanting by Satyaji. After that, I will introduce the speaker, Sarvanan Garu, and then we will have this session for 2 days.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Supalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajyotsna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadara Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now we will have chanting of the prayer, Prarthana by Satyaji.
Namaskaram. Let's do meditation for 1 minute. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapati-gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upavashramastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrunvannutibhis Siddhasadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajevipirvajenivati Dhina Mavitriyavatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shashirasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatika Krutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Matrudevo Bhava Pitrudevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Atithi Devo Bhava Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyom Namaha Harihi Om
ధన్యవాదములండి సత్య గారు. Now let us welcome our speaker, KV Sarvana Kumar garu. I will just introduce him to all of you. He is KV Sarvana Kumar and he is MCom LLB and ICWAI, and he is PhD in Vedanga Jyotisha from Veda Samskruti University, Florida, USA, a PG diploma in Vaastu from Telugu University, MA Vaastu, and the present doing PhD. He must have finished. This is the old profile I'm using.
No, this year I am completing, sir.
Yeah, he's completing PhD in Vaastu, and the topic is the practical Vaastu, and anything, all questions and answers which you will have is for 2 days. So let us all welcome Sarvana Kumar garu for taking the webinar. Please take over, sir.
Thank you, sir. Pranams to Puju Guruji, Sri N.V. Raghavacharya garu. Pranams to my Guru, Dr. N.V. R. Raja garu. Good morning, everyone. My name is KV Saravana Kumar. Maybe you can call me as a KVS Kumar also, no issue. Because instead of discussing on theory part, because nowadays practical Vastu is very important, because theory is different, practicing is different. So because there is a lot of difference between the traditional Vastu and the current Vastu. So we go with the practical Vastu. With if you have any doubts in the middle also, you can ask it. Previously, we have discussed from the selection of the plot, how to, because it is always better to have a Vastu, if you believe, from the selection of the plot. Then how to construct the house in the plot we have learned. But today we discuss maybe 20, 25, 30 points. What are the points to be seen while constructing or and after constructing of the house? Because it is a practical. If it is a astrology, it depends on your Dasha Bhukti Antara. But if it is a Vastu, we have to follow the Vastu every day. So it is very difficult to keep it in mind what to do and what not to do. So if you construct the house accordingly, so you need not worry. Automatically we will follow every day. That is why we should follow the Vastu, means we should construct the Vastu accordingly. So the important point is what normally we do mistakes while constructing or after constructing, that we will learn now. Not learning is we will discuss. Everyone knows, but we will not follow. So the important points we will discuss today. So while constructing the house, it is always good to have a place on the four sides of the house. This is very, very important nowadays because of the place constraint. The houses are when constructing from the border itself. That is not good. Especially people are telling occupy the south or west border of our border and construct the house and leave the place on the north side or the east side. This is correct only, but leaving the place four side of the plot is always important. Why means, and Dakshina and the Paschima also very important. We should have a place. I am talking about the independent house, not flats. We discuss flats Vastu afterwards. So Dakshina or the Paschima, that is south or west opening place we should have because we know the fresh air comes only from the southwest corner. Nairuti Pavanal under kada. It's a Nairuti Pavana. So the oxygen will come from the southwest. So if you close the house or if you have no space on the south or west side, we won't get the oxygen into our house. So we should have a space in our house so that oxygen will come and whatever air is there in our house, it will go out when air comes from south and west, that is Nairuti. So it is very important. We should have a space in the south and west side. And some people says we should not keep windows or anything. So we should, at least we should have a windows, big windows, so that air will come or good oxygen will come. So this is the important point. We should have a more space or four side space for independent house. This is the important point. So we discuss only important points. There will not be any linkage to one point to another point. Just important points we will discuss. If another point, if we want to share the house, sometimes we get the houses, properties from our elders. If more than one person is sharing the house, my opinion is we should not share the house, because if you share the house, one person may get the south side or the north side or east side or west side. When we get our share, if it is east or it is in the north side, it is always good. Those who gets the south or west, it will not give the good result. So the sharing of a house is, there is no point. When one person is gone not getting the good result, it is not good. So it is always better to sell the house and share the money. We should not share the house. This I have seen practically in so many cases also, and even our traditional Vaastu is also telling that only we should not share the house. Means what all పంచుకోకూడదు ఇంటిని. And ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే, already constructed house means the roof is one, so we should not share the a roof. Actually, Shastra is telling that not the house, it's a roof. Roof neppudu పంచుకోకూడదు. That is what Shastra is telling. So one will get the benefit and another will not get the good benefit. So sharing of house is, we should not think. Sell the house if you don't like and share the money. It is always good. So you can buy wherever you want. This is what another important person. Normally people are doing this. Please don't do this. Don't share the house. Even this applicable, even also rented house. People what think is, when we construct a house for a rental purpose, normally the owners will be on the south or west side. This is normal traditional practice. But those who takes the north or east side portion, definitely their growth will be more than the people residing on south or west side. So this is also the important point. Nobody tells this. Please, this also you keep it in mind. And if we construct 1, 2, 3 floors, if it is a ummadi kutumbam, means all are together, means brothers and sisters, elders should be always on the ground floor. Young people should be on the upper portion. For example, parents are there. Parents should be on the ground floor. Then first son should be in the first floor. Second son should be on the second floor. But normally people will be on the reverse side. Youngers will be on the ground floor and elders will be on the first or second floor. So this is always good. And if it is not a first and second floor, it is only a ground floor. So elders always should be on the south side or the west side. So their bedroom should be constructed in that fashion. Another important point is, we should not go towards south or towards west from our house. That means we should not purchase the immediate south house or south plot or west house or west plot. It will not also give the good result. We should go towards the east or we should go towards north. This is important. Another important is, after selection, after constructing, when constructing, the placement of the door is always important, because the placement of door and the walking, how you walk while going out of the house is very important. There is a specific procedure for placement of the doors. It is given in the Shastra. But in the Shastra, door should be always in the middle of the each side, either east, west, north or south. But nowadays we are keeping on the corner of the every direction, but that is wrong. But we should keep, there is a one procedure. But normally, if you see, generally the door, as per the traditional Vaastu, it comes only either, if you divide 9 parts each side, it will come either 4 or 5 or 6th place. If we divide equally each side, this is generally I'm telling, it will come like that only. So when you keep the door in the middle, that is in the not 4 on the not 6, in the 5th place, if you divide equally, the midpoint of the 5th and the midpoint of the door should not be the same point. This is very, very important point. Please note it. That means if you divide the each side into 9 plots, for example, if it is the east, divide the east not from the plot constructing two ends, this end, that end. If it is a east face, this end is north and this end is south. The building edges, divide equal 9 parts, and in the 5th place, the midpoint of 5th place and the midpoint of the door, both should not be on the same point. There should be a, if it is the same, then we should change a little bit left or right and place the door, because otherwise it will affect the health of the persons who are living in that house. So this normally we don't see, because this point won't come, because nowadays everyone is keeping the door in the corners, either Isanyam or in the Dakshinagni or Paschima Vayuvya or Uttar Isanya. But if anybody wanted to place the door in the middle of the each side, then this point we should be careful. Similar way, if any road shooter is there, because some road shooters are good, some are bad. When it is good side, when road shooter is touching the house, the midpoint of the road and the midpoint of the door should not be the same. That also we should have a clear idea on that while placing the door. When there is a specific road shooter, both midpoint should not be the same point. So we should keep either change a little left side or right side, then place the door, because door is very, very important, because it will decide the growth of the persons. Okay. Then nowadays in the small, maybe 150 yards, 2 yards houses, we are not following the Vasara. Vasara means maybe all sides we used to keep one open places, and we used to put the roofs in a what is that? Nowadays we are putting roofs in a same level. But when we put the Vasara, that means open places all the sides, we should construct the Vasaras on the 4 sides or any 2 sides, not the one side. This is also very, very important. Normally people nowadays, they are constructing only one side. That is actually wrong. Either you should put east and west or north and south. Not only one side or only 3 sides. We should construct all 4 sides or only 2 sides. And while constructing this, the level of the flooring, we should have a clear idea. The level of the flooring in the house and in the Vasaras should be same, or the Vasara flooring level should be lower than the flooring level of the house. It should not always upper side of the house level. That means the flooring level of the house should be higher. That means we should put, either it should be equal, or from Vasara we should enter. That means we should put step upwards, not the downward. This is always important. This principle is applicable when we come from the road to house, means compound wall, enter into the compound wall, and again from compound wall to into our house, we should step up, not down. Because if you see some houses nowadays, their flooring level is lower than the road level. That means they are going down to enter into the house. So that is not good. Some people nowadays, they are constructing either offices or their some rooms in the cellar also. So that is also not good. Cellar, use it only for parking purpose and not for any other purpose. That is, it will not give the good result in Vaastu. We should go always up. For example, if you have a lift, lift also, you should not go from the down to up. At least from ground level, you should go. Park the vehicle in the cellar, come to the ground level, then take the lift and go to first or second floor, whatever it is. But not from the ground cellar to first or second. We should not go. We should go from the road level to upwards. We should never go down from the road level. And generally, people ask, sir, can we have a 3 doors in a same line? There is a small confusion. 3 doors we can have one after the other, means in a one straight line, and not 3 doors to the same wall. If it is a road facing, we should not have a 3 doors on the road facing wall, but we can have a 3 doors. First enter into the door, then next door, next door. It can have. We can have 3 doors one after the other, but side by side we should not have any facing, whether it is east, west, north, south, for the road facing door, or whether it is not a road facing wall. We should not have 3 doors to the same wall. One after the other, we can have it. Last time we learned, house should not be nearer to the temples, or Shakti temples, or Shiva temple, or Narayana temple. We have some calculation. It should not be less than 200 meters or 150 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, like that it is there. But whatever the distance may be, the Dvajastambha of the any temple should not fall into the door, even though our house is too far, even though there is a road between house and the temple. The Dvajastambha of any temple, it should not come into the main Simhadwara. In the Simhadwara, even though whatever the distance may be, it is 500 yards or 1000 yards, it is not there. We can have a house after 300 yards or 400 yards, but in the center of the, not center of the door, in the door, the Dvajastambha of the temple should not fall. This is also a very important point. We should keep it. Sir, you said after 200 yards we can take a plot and construct a house. That can be done, but the Dvajastambha should not be in the middle of the door, and that need of that shadow also, it should not fall on the house. So if you take after 300 or 400 yards, definitely the shadow will not fall on the house, but it should not, we should not see the Dvajastambha from the Simhadwara. That is the very important. And for the construction of the house, we learn the plot should be the square or the rectangle. These two shapes are the only acceptable for the construction of the house. And the facing of the plot should be, if it is a rectangle, the north and the south width should be more, the length should be more than the east and west. That's all. Normal mistakes, what we do is, after constructing the house, we will have the space around the house, 4 sides. The ground level outside the house or inside the compound wall should not see the flooring of the inside the house. That means inside the house flooring level should be higher than the flooring level in the compound wall. So what people are doing means Nairiti should be higher and Isanya should be lower. So they put more height in the Nairiti, that means the south and west corner, and they bring the slope to the Isanya. It is a good, but the higher side of the Nairiti, south and west side slope, flooring, it should be less than the, lower than the ground flooring level in the house, that is garbha. Take the midpoint of the house, that flooring level should be always higher. So the inside the compound wall floor should not see the flooring of the house. This is also important. Same principle is applicable even to the vasaras also. In the vasara also, the flooring level should be same with the house, I mean inside the flooring level, or should be lower than the flooring level. Nowadays, I've seen so many cases, it's their own practice, because south and west should be close, or it should be strong, or south or west should be weight. So people are constructing the walls in the south side or the west side, maybe with the 14-inch, and north and east they are going with the 9 or 5-inch walls. This is also not correct. We should construct the house with the same size of walls, whether it is east or west, north or south. Go with all 9-inch wall, or go with all 14-inch walls or 5-inch walls. Or because of the space, go with same inch walls, outside walls. Inside you can go either 5 or something, but not south and west with more either 9 or 14-inch, and south and east and north with less. This is also not correct. Go with the same type, either 9-inch or 14-inch wall. You go, because nowadays I've seen so many cases, either in flats or independent also, the people are recommending like that, because south should be more weight should be on the south side. So go with 14-inch walls in the south or west side. That is also, it is not correct from my point of view. The center of the house should be always open place. It should have an open place in the center of the house. There should not be any doors or windows in the center of the house. Nowadays, because of the space constraint, there is no center point, means in the mid of the house, there is no space. Maybe nowadays it is becoming even 100 yards also they are constructing the house. So we are not getting any open space in the midpoint of the house. So they are putting doors or windows to the walls, but try to keep open space in the middle of the house. So don't construct anything in the middle of the house. Yeah. Nowadays, this villas concept has come. So nothing but duplex houses. The height of the ground floor should be same in the first floor also, or it should be less than, at least 1 or 2 inches less than the ground floor. That means always ground floor should be more. The height I'm talking, the height of the first floor should be less than, at least minimum by 1 inch than the ground floor. But nowadays I'm observing it is reverse case. The ground floor is around, they are going with 10 feet, and first floor they are going by 11 and 11.5 feet. This is also not correct. Always ground floor is more. Ground floor height should be more than the first floor. This is what I told, sir. Somebody raised this question. This is applicable to the owner as well as the renters. Now people are, what they are saying, how we can be the under the legs of the tenants. So owners, they are going into the first floor, and rented people they are giving rent to the ground floor. This is also not correct. Owners always should be on the ground floor. Tenants should be only on the first floor. This is also normal mistake they are doing, sir. So owners should be on the ground floor. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. It
I
is
will
a.
just open them for.
Okay, we go in the last, sir.
Yes, yes.
No, I will.
Okay, sir. Because I think when the point comes, so it is always good. Okay, I thought. Okay, we will go in the last. There is no issue.
I have opened the, unmuted them. If they want to ask, they can.
Okay, okay, okay. Please ask, sir, if you have any doubts, so that that point can be covered at that point. Yes, Murthy garu.
Sir, I was just thinking that's fine. What you told is that owner should stay in the ground floor
Yes,
and
sir.
the first floor should stay in
Because yeah, even for elders also should be on the ground floor, sir. There is a reason, because we go up from ground floors to upwards, no, sir. So the oxygen levels will be less. So that is the reason elders should be on the ground floor. Once you go one by one upwards, so young people should be on the upper side. This is what the logic in the Shastra has given.
sorry if I am interrupting.
No, no issue, sir. This is required, sir.
One
Yeah.
more point you have mentioned earlier, that the constructed house should be higher than the road formation. Okay.
Yes, correct.
But what happens is our old houses, to 15, 20 years back, we have constructed. At that time, there was no road formation. It was a mud road or some road. Now concrete has come, cement roads, tar roads have come. So now what should we do? We cannot raise the basement, So
Right.
how to solve this problem?
That is why while constructing the house itself, if already road is there, when again they will put roads, sir, only after 5 years or 10 years. Like that, if you take the life of the house around 40 to 50 years, in that 40 to 50 years, how many times they will put road? Maybe 4 or 5 times. Every time maybe 4 to 5 inches, correct? So if you calculate that like that, so you have to take your foundation accordingly. So take 2-3 feet higher foundation. Correct? Even if now nowadays people following that, because if there is no tar road or cement road, if it is a mud road, so they are taking the foundation minimum 2 to 3 feet, so that if they put road 2 or 3 times, so it will not cross our house level. That care we should take.
Thank you.
Yeah, then the owner whether can leave front or back side. Sir, this I think we discussed last time also. We should not enter the house from the back side. If the house is on the east side, owner should be on the east side only, because that is the house belongs to the owner. If you give the rent front side on rent, so back side is yours. Then you should not enter the house from the back side. So it is always good having the house on the front side. So don't go to back side, at least owners. If rented people wanted to come and they want to take back side, it is no issue. But we should be always on the front side.
So when you were mentioning about the gate, you mentioned on the 4, 5 numbering. How is that numbering decided?
That is not doors, sir, not gate.
Yeah, door entrance to the house.
Yeah.
So how has the numbering decided? It should be in the 4th or 5th. How is numbering decided? How have you calculated the numbering?
Divide the house 9 equal parts. If it is a maybe 20 or 30 feet facing road, okay, that house, not the plot, okay. Divide that total length into 9 equal parts.
Okay, got it.
Okay, either from left to right or left to right or right to left. So the door should be on the 4th or 5th or on the 6th location. If you want to put on the 5th place, so take care, because the midpoint of the door and the midpoint of that 5th place, it should not be the same.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, Namaskaram. This is Suresh here.
Yes,
Quick question. You were mentioning that there should not be 3 doors on the same wall. But
yes.
if, let us say, there are 3 rooms that are facing, the road or any side, they may actually be end up one after the other on the
Yes,
same wall. So you're saying that it's not recommended?
it is not recommended.
Okay.
Same, if it is a east, any facing,
Yeah.
yeah, 3 doors should not be there one by one, means
In the same line.
beside, same line.
Yeah. Okay.
But
On the same wall, basically.
Same wall. Yes, correct. Same wall. There should not be any 3 doors.
But there could be windows.
Windows, there is no problem to the windows, sir. Main is
Only.
because we won't move from windows, sir. The movement is only
correct.
from the doors. So
Okay.
doors should not be there.
Okay. So if that is the case, then the workaround would be put a door from inside and not from the same wall for
Yes,
such a room. Is that what is recommended?
correct. That is correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. So this also we should take care when we construct the ground floor and the first floor. The height of the first floor should be more than the ground floor. The ground floor height should be more than the first floor, and the height of the first floor should be more than the second floors. Then you can ask, sir, if you go to 4 or 5, 6, so the height of the floors will be less than. So we should maintain the same height with of first, second, third, and fourth floors. But ground floor height should be, at least ground floor height should be more than the first, second, third, and n number of floors. Okay. Now, nowadays, because of the, I don't know, place constraint or other things, we are keeping door with one side window. It is a combined one. So it is not considered as a window. When there is a separation, then only it is called a window, separate window. But we are keeping one window with door, that too only one side. But actually, as per Shastra, we should have a 2 windows. In between 2 windows, we should have a door. అంటే మనకి ముక్కు ఎలా అయితే ఉంటుందో ముక్కి అటు ఇటు కళ్ళు ఉన్నట్టుగా we should have a 2 windows and 1 door. That is lacking nowadays. I can say almost 95% this is lacking. That is why people are having some health issues or eye problems or some or the others. So if you have a place, please keep 2 windows, left and right to the door. This is always good. And if you go into the flat culture, I have seen one house, there is no window. I've seen practically, there is no window. This is also not good. We should have a windows, doors and windows. Okay.
Namaskar, sir.
Yes, madam.
Will grill door also be considered as a full-fledged door?
No, grill door is not considered as a full door. It will not come into the counting.
And mesh door also?
No.
Thank you so much.
It is not counted. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Namaskaram, sir.
Yes.
So one question I had was, does the same Vaastu principle apply across the globe? Sir, you're mentioning that normally the oxygen and air enters to the south and west, so we should have a little bit more open space. Wouldn't that change based on the geographical location?
Yes, it differs from place to place.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, it differs from place to place. Please, whatever I am telling, it is only to India, because India should follow the Vaastu, because India is, if you see the map, India is against Vaastu. Normally, south, west, we should have a weight, correct? And north and east, we should have a less weight. For example, if you consider a house plan, same if you apply to the India, we have a Himalayas and other things on the east side, correct? And south and west with the oceans. That is the reason, if we believe Vaastu, we should follow in India. Definitely. Because Indian Vastu is almost opposite to the Vastu Shastra. So when we place a door, the Simhadwara, that is the main Simhadwara, should be higher or bigger than the other dwaras. Simhadwara will be only one for each house, and remaining all dwaras are normal. So Simhadwara should be bigger and higher than the all other dwaras in the house. At least the back side of the door should be less than the Simhadwara. If you don't want to keep smaller doors, at least the back side door, because front door is main Simhadwara and back door will be there, that at least that door should be the smaller than the Simhadwara. This is one important point. And another important point is after construction 3, 4, 5 years, or maybe after constructing 1 or 2 years, maybe because of some suggestions from someone, people are changing the Simhadwara. Once a Simhadwara is placed, we should not change, we should not remove the Simhadwara and again replace it. Simhadwara once placed is placed, that's all. We should not move. This is one important point. Please note it. If anything, if it is not in the correct place or something, don't use it. Use some other door. There is no issue, because you should go only through Simhadwara. It is not like that. Simhadwara is Simhadwara. If that is not in the correct place or because of some reasons, if it is not, you are not able to use it, means don't remove. And don't try to close every day. Open it and use other doors, but don't remove and again place it. So Simhadwara once placed is placed. If you want to demolish entire house, that is a different case. But because only it is not good, so somebody told, so again you remove the Simhadwara and again place it. No. Once placed is placed, don't touch it, use some other dwara and get going. Okay. Door should be always Manishi Pramanam, it is always around 6.5 feet, 6 to 6.5 feet. So door should be minimum 6 or 6.5 feet should be there. That means while entering into the door, we should not bend. We should not bend ourselves and go into the door. It should be more than the height of the person.
In front of the Simhadwara, always it has been a practice that because of the security reason also, they are constructing iron beneath.
Sir, voice is not clear, sir.
Ramchandra Garu, your voice is not clear. Please.
Sir, of late, for the Simhadwaram, because of the security reason or some other reason, many people are going in for the construction of some grill metallic door. Does it have any negative effects, sir? Like because all the good door we have constructed, and again on that superimposing on that again they will construct a grill door.
You mean main door itself they are using iron?
Sir, iron.
No, iron grill you can have, sir, but main door we should not have a iron.
No, sir. Main door is a teak frame.
Okay.
Everything is beautifully constructed. And on that they are placing the iron door. That's what I was
And that is okay. That is for security purpose. We can have it, sir. That is not a problem.
Doesn't have any negative effect like
No.
That's it, sir.
Sir, can I ask?
Please, sir.
Sir, see, you said that Simhadwaram should be good, bigger than the other doors. But if we have both north and east side, which side Simhadwaram should be there? Whether it is a north side or whether it is on east side?
Sir, door or facing is always based on our name, sir. Okay. The main Simhadwara. You are asking only main Simhadwara, no?
Yes,
Correct?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
okay. For north facing, you can have a Simhadwara on the north side or the east side. But for the east facing house, you should have a Simhadwara only on the east side, not on the north side. You can have a door on the north side, but Simhadwara, I'm telling, Simhadwara for east facing, you should have only on the east side and not on the north side. Okay.
Nowadays, I wonder, people are, though it is south facing plot, they are constructing the house east side or north side, putting the main door on the east side. Is it correct?
Sir, I think this we discussed, it is not correct. Why also I told in the previous class, it
Yeah.
is always anti-clock. That's why I told now for east facing house, we should have a Simhadwara only on the east side and not on the north side because it is an anti-clock. Entire Vaastu, our traditional Vaastu is based on the clockwise and anti-clock. That they told, what is this? Whenever you enter into the house, your right shoulder should see your house. For the east facing, if your Simhadwara is in the north side, your left shoulder will see the house. That means you are going in a anti-clock. It will not give the good result in the long run. See, if it is not good means I'm not telling something will happen, accident will happen, people will die. I'm not telling that one. But you have to put the more efforts, more and more efforts. Day by day, you have to put the more efforts. So first year you will put, second year you will put, when you are young, you can put the more efforts. But when you are getting age and more period is passing, so you cannot put more efforts. That is the reason we should go always in a clockwise direction. Please, even steps also I'm going to tell. See, steps outside the house, we should construct, if it is a east facing, steps should be on the Agneya, that is east-south direction. If it is a Dakshina or the Paschima, that is south and west, your steps should be on the north, Nairuti, okay? That is south and west corner. If it is a north, you should have on the northeast direction. This is normally we construct. But north facing house, we should construct the northwest, that is Vayuvya. But for the north facing, we can also construct the steps on the Agneya side because it is a clockwise direction. But when it comes to the east facing house, we should construct the steps only on the Agneya side and not on the Vayuvya side because it is an anti-clock. I have seen more than 15 houses for the north facing house having steps on the Vayuvya. The owners are not living in that house more than 2 years. They are leaving the house, whatever the reason may be. Some people, they got job in the foreign, they left. Some people, they moved to Bangalore. Whatever the reason, the owners are not staying in that house because this is an anti-clockwise direction. It will not allow the native to continue into that house. This is what I'm telling. I'm not telling any bad. You cannot enjoy the house if it is an anti-clockwise.
Sir, if it is northeast facing duplex, then stairs?
Northeast, north or it's a north or east. Northeast means it is a plot, but where is the Simhadwara?
It's in the north side.
We
Simhadwara
should-
means main gate, no? Main gate, no? Simhadwara means
not gate, main door.
main door is also north only. Main gate also touching the road is north only.
It is a duplex house. Huh?
Yeah, duplex, but it is called as northeast side, you know, angle.
Okay, madam. Plot is northeast, no doubt.
No,
House,
even entrance is northeast.
entrance northeast. That also I am going to cover, madam. You should not.
Okay.
You should not have a door on the corners. We should have a doors only on the directions east, west, north, south. We should not put the door on the northeast, northwest, southwest, or west south. That is wrong.
No, but common walls in the duplex, common walls, or one plot is divided into 5 row houses.
That is also
And,
I'm going to cover.
Okay,
Because
thank you.
we should not have a common wall between two houses. Simple. If you see, I don't know in other cities, but in at least Hyderabad, now the flats they are constructing with, there is a gap between one flat to another. At least now they are maintaining in this Hyderabad and Secunderabad cities. So there should not be any common wall between two houses. Okay, it is clear.
Yes, sir, clear.
So when we enter into the compound wall or when we come out of the Simhadwara, we should not see a single pillar. Sometimes we put some roof extension with the pillars. So nowadays what people are doing means they are giving only one pillar in the middle and they are extending their roof. But we should have it two pillars. We should not see single pillar at any cost. Similarly, in the house also, pillar should not appear. At least one pillar. For design purpose, nowadays people are doing. But if you want to do such a decoration, do it with the two pillars. One pillar should not appear either inside the house or outside the house. Okay. And nowadays, because of this wall thinness, people pillar they are constructing with 9-inch pillars. If it is a multi-storied, then they are going for 14 and 20 inches. But for normal house, it is a 9-inch pillar we are constructing. But when it comes to the walls, outside walls, they are going for 9 because of the space. Inside walls, they are going with the 5-inch walls. When we construct with the 5-inch walls in the bedrooms, because pillars are coming out from the wall. Normally, the pillar should be as per the according to the wall. 9-inch, it will not appear pillar. It will not appear outside. But because of 5-inch walls, the pillar edges are coming out in the bedroom, in every house, in every room. So if you see like that, we should not sleep between the two corner pillars. It will affect on the health. So the edges of the pillars is coming out because of the size of the wall. Because pillar is 9 inches, wall is 5 inches. So the pillar is coming out. When opposite corner pillars, between the corner, in between the corners, the pillar of the corner, we should not sleep or we should not sit also, because it will affect the health. Is it clear? Whether I conveyed correctly? Okay.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Another important point is nowadays, so without beam, we cannot construct the house. So beam also should be in the wall. The beam should come in the wall. Sometimes because of, I don't know, because of the planning or I don't know, architectures, beam sometimes it is coming in the, it is appearing in the, either in bedroom or in the hall or somewhere, in any room. So when beam is appearing, under the beam, we should not sleep, we should not sit. An important point is, under the beam, even we should not put our tilak also. Important point. And sometimes I have seen in 2-3 cases, beam is coming onto the Simhadwara. This is also not good. This is clearly explained in the traditional Vaastu, our Prachina Vaastu. So beams should not appear, first of all. If it appears, we should not sleep or we should not sleep. Even dining table also, we should not put under the beam. And beam should not come on the Simhadwara. It is also not good.
Sir, doubt and
Yes, sir.
sir, in the apartments, doors of the opposite flats will be exactly opposite to each other. Can it be like that, or should be slightly that side or this side?
Normal as per Vastu, ఎప్పుడు ఎదురింటి వాళ్ళ సింహద్వారం మన ఇంటి సింహద్వారానికి ఎదురుగుండా ఉండకూడదు అని చెప్తారు. కారణం ఎందుకంటే ఎదుటి వాళ్ళ ఇంటి వచ్చే లైట్ మన ఇంటి సింహద్వారం మీద పడకూడదు. అది రీజన్. బట్ ఫ్లాట్స్ లో అంత స్పేస్ లేదు కదా, డెఫినెట్ గా పడుతుంది. మనం ఏం చేయలేం.
Kindly speak in English. We don't understand Telugu.
Yeah, because they asked a question in Telugu, I'm telling in Telugu. Their question is whether opposite house Simhadwara is also opposite to our Simhadwara. Can it be like this? But as per Vastu, it should not be like this. Because the opposite house Simhadwara and our Simhadwara should not face each other. But in flats, we cannot help it, sir. We have to live with the limits.
Sir, with regard to the main door only, on each side to the door, there should be two, that side window, one side window, this side. Already it is constructed. Whether it is possible to shift the Simhadwara side and then have the window on the other side, sir?
That is what, sir. Simhadwara once placed is placed, leave it. We cannot do anything. We should not change. If Simhadwara is changed, we cannot live in that house. It will throw you off.
Thank you.
You will be moved from that house. I've seen so many live examples. That's why I'm telling. It is not possible, sir. So this is a big topic, sir. How Vastu was considered while designing the town, village, and colony. It is a big architecture. If we can have a time and a specific period, then we can discuss. It is a very big topic. But we are going only with a practical Vastu limited to the individual houses. Okay, sir? And the temple Vastu is also totally different, sir. This is based on the Agama Shastra. So that is also different. And even Vyavasaya Vastu is also totally different. Because for the individual houses, if the slope should be on the northeast side, but for Vyavasaya Vastu, slope should be on the west side. So that is also totally different topic. We cannot discuss it now. Okay? Yes, madam.
సరే, ఇంటికి ఇంత ఆయుష్ అని ఉంది అంటారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు పాతకాలం ఇంట్లో ఉంటే ఎంతకాలం ఆ ఇంట్లో ఉండొచ్చు. కొత్తగా ఇల్లు కట్టుకున్నట్లయితే దానికి ఏమన్నా మళ్ళీ ఇంతకాలం తర్వాత మళ్ళీ దానికి ఏమన్నా హోమాలు, శాంతులు అలా ఏమన్నా చేయించాలి, దాని ఆయుష్
పెంచడానికి? మేడం, ఫర్ దట్ ఓన్లీ we have a separate calculation called ayam. So we should calculate the life of the each house. Nowadays nobody is following that, but there is a calculation in the Vastu Shastra. It's based on that calculation. It is not that every house is for 50 years or 60 years. It is not like that. Based on the size of the plot, there is a calculation. So once that life is over, again we have to remove the entire house and we have to rebuild the house. Then only you will get the life of the house. Okay?
ఓకే సార్, దానికంటే ప్రత్యేకంగా పూజలు అట్లా ఏమైనా ఉంటాయా? ఒకవేళ ఒక 10 years 15 years అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ దాని ఆయుష్ పెంచడం కోసం అని అట్లా ఏమన్నా?
10-15 years is minimum, madam. There will not be any problem. If it is more than 40 or 50 years, then only we have to think. Okay? 10-15 years, there is no issue.
Okay, thank you, sir.
If it is as per Vastu, even though it is a 10 years old, 15 years old, no, there is no issue. We can have. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So also the corners, Isanya, Agneya, Vayuvya, Nairiti, those should not be placed. Somebody asked. Okay? When we stopped at steps. So for north facing, we can have a steps on the Agneya, but for east house, we should not have a steps on the Vayuvya. Okay? When it comes to inside the house, we should have a steps only on the west or on the south side, not on the north and not on the east and not on the northeast. But if you want the steps inside the house, in the west side, mean west north means Vayuvya corner or in the Agneya corner, we should take a little care. While in the north west corner, that is Vayuvya, the steps should not touch the north wall. When it is in the Agneya side, the steps should not touch the east wall. That small care we should take. That is the reason it is always better to have a steps on the west side or on the south side. Okay. But when you construct the steps inside the house, one important thing is the steps should not appear in the Simhadwara. This is very, very important. Otherwise, the health of the people, they will lose. Okay. So steps should not appear in the Simhadwara, whether it is inside the house or outside the house. Steps Simhadwaralo kanabadakodu, even inch kuda kanabadakodu. That we should take care. In case, because of the space constraint, so steps are appearing in the Simhadwara, then try to bring entire steps into the Simhadwara, not the edges. Okay. Is clear, Gada? So this care we should take. So in the Vaastu Shastra, one important point they have mentioned in the traditional Vaastu, because nowadays we are keeping bedroom in the Nairiti only because of the space constraint. But if anybody has got more space and they have a chance to construct the bedroom in the directions, please have a bedroom on the south side or the west side. This is the correct place of bedroom. This is one important point mentioned in the traditional Vaastu. Okay. They have given a small hint for the construction. What means, if anybody wanted to go into the spirituality, the east side house is always better. Okay. Then, if that means why want I will tell. East is for the spirituality. For the financial growth, it is always north. Okay. For domestic comforts, it is always south. And for health purpose, it is always west. That is the reason comforts means nothing but bedroom. So bedroom should be on the south side. Okay. For health purpose is west. That means we should have a dining room always on the west side. Though your kitchen is on the Agneya, the first best, and the second best is on the northwest corner, but your dining room should be always on the west side. This is as per the traditional Vaastu. So for spiritual purpose is west, for the financial benefit, that is financial growth and other things for north, and for comfort, domestic comfort is south, and the health purpose is west side. Okay, hence that is the reason in the Vaastu Shastra, the importance has been given to the south direction and west direction. But nowadays what we are doing is we are closing the south, we are closing the west, and on the from the border of the south and the west, we are constructing the house. Even we are not keeping the doors also, windows also. That is the reason in the Vaastu Shastra said, if it is an independent house, we should have a space on the four sides, and we should have a doors on four sides. East, west, north, south. Simhadwara is only on one side, but to all four sides, we should have a doors. Similar way, the rainwater should come down from all sides. But nowadays, we are giving the slope on the northeast corner or east or north. But water, we can bring it down, the rainwater, from all four sides. Again, from there, you bring it to the northeast. But roof water, we can have it from the four sides. Similar way, when you put the roof, if balcony is there on the east or north side, we need not have again balcony in the west or south. It is not mandatory. If you want, you can keep it 4-side balcony. But if the balcony is on the west and south side, definitely you should have a balcony on the east and north side. This is also sometimes it is lacking in the present constructions. Is clear, na, sir? So balcony, we should have a 4 sides. If it is in north and east side is there, south and west is not there, means there is no issue. You need not worry. But if it is there on the west and south side, you should have a east and north side also balcony.
Sir, but it is 3 sides, say north, east and west. Okay.
No problem. No problem. Because east and north is there now. If you want to keep south and west, keep it. No, only I want only south side, no issue. Or only one side, no issue. But west and south, if you have, you should have on the north and east side also.
So that is the mandatory.
That is mandate. That is mandate. Okay. Once you construct the house, for example, you have a 500 yards. Village. You have a constructed, because of so many reasons, you have constructed the house. After maybe 5 years or 2 years or 10 years, if you want to construct a house, again, maybe you want to, if you want to extend or you want to construct a separate building in your plot, you need not go for the Shankustapana again, because that is your plot. You have already constructed a house. That means you have done the Shankustapana and you have done the you have constructed the house and you have done the Griha Pravesha, everything is over. If you want to extend or if you want to construct again a Upagruha in that plot, you need not go for the Shankustapana again. Look for the good day, good Tithi, good Nakshatra according to the you and your spouse. You start. Shankustapana is not required again.
But what about going vertically, sir? If first I construct the ground floor, after 10 years I construct the first floor. So 10 years gap is there. Then for first floor I should do Shankustapana or not required?
Required. I did the same thing 7 years back. First, my house is a ground floor. So afterwards, I wanted to go for the first floor. So simply, I have seen the good day, Tithi, Nakshatra, according to me and my wife. And I did the small puja and I started. Simple.
Great, sir. Great, sir. I mean, same
That's
thing
all.
I did for 20 years back.
Not required. So not required, sir. Only thing is people will tell you should do, otherwise this will happen, that will happen.
At that time, people were commenting a lot on me.
Nothing.
Why you have not done formal?
Nothing to worry. Nothing to worry, sir. Nothing to worry. You said after 10 years back. No, you know, nothing has happened. Okay. So steps we are talking now. So outside or inside, when you construct the steps, there should not be any construction under the steps. Some people construct toilets or some people construct some storeroom. Please don't construct anything under the steps. That steps, if you construct anything under the step, that will affect the children's growth. This is by experience I'm telling. Even in the Vaastu also, it is mentioned there should not be any construction under the steps. It should be clean. That's all. And the steps should be always constructed in a clockwise direction. Nowadays, because of the beauty or because of the architecture suggestions, people are constructing in a anti-clockwise. I don't want to comment, but always anything, please do it in a clockwise direction. Okay. So open space we discussed, and 4 sides we should have a 4 sides we should have a doors. Okay. Even if permits, if it permits, we should have a doors, 4 doors to every room also. If the size of the plot permits, we should have a doors, 4 doors to each room. except the Nairiti room. Nairiti room should not have a door on the south, means Nairiti side. Okay, 4 doors means Nairiti side. Otherwise, we can have a 4 doors to the every room, and we should have a place 4 sides to a house, and we should have a 4 doors each side, every door we should have. That means outside 4 doors we can have. If it is not possible, at least keep the door on the Dakshina Agneya, because Dakshina Agneya is a very, very auspicious. If you keep a door on the Dakshina Agneya, not Turpa Agneya, Dakshina Agneya door will gives regular Subhakarya. Sir, my daughter's marriage we are planning since 2-3 years, but not happening. Keep a door on the Dakshina Agneya. Definitely Shubhakarya will be possible. Similarly, don't keep the door on the Turpagneya. It is a invitation to the chronic diseases. So don't keep the doors on the Nichasthana.
సార్ వన్ సెకండ్, చిన్న ఇదండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇల్లు కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసాం కానీ మేము అందులో ఉండలేకపోతున్నాం, అంటే సమ్ అదర్ రీజన్స్, ఏమి అందులో ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు, అయినా ఉండలేకపోతున్నాం. ఎందుకు?
అది దానికి
వాస్తు కూడా చూసి చేసాం అన్ని.
అది దానికి సంబంధం లేదండి. పీపుల్ విల్ ఆస్క్, సార్ I started business, or like you, I constructed house, but we are not able to go into it, or my business is not giving this thing. Please see my Vaastu for the business. Sir, first of all, madam, you have constructed but not entered into the house. That means there is a problem in your present house. That you should see. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఉంటున్న ఇల్లు మీ మీద పనిచేస్తుంది. The forces of your present house is working on you. It is not that your new house is not correct. If present house is correct now, it will push you towards that only. If your present house is not as per Vaastu, definitely it will push you to the negative side.
మా అమ్మాయి ఇంట్లోనే ఉంటున్నాం, అపార్ట్మెంట్ లో. మేమిద్దరం పెద్దవాళ్ళం అయిపోయాం, అపార్ట్మెంట్ లో సేఫ్ గా ఉంటున్నాను. పిల్లలు అక్కడ ఉండమని పోస్ట్ చేశారు. సో పిల్లల మాట వినాలి కదా ఒక స్టేజ్ లో.
తప్పదండి, ఎవరికైనా తప్పదు. మన వాళ్ళకి మర్యాద ఇవ్వాలి.
అదే మర్యాద అనండి. ఇంకా మిగతా అన్ని వాళ్ళే కాబట్టి. అయితే ఇప్పుడు నా ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే, నేను కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసుకున్న ఇంట్లో నేను ఉండలేకపోతున్నాను. అది నా బాధ.
ఒక్కసారి మీరు ఉంటున్న పరిస్థితి ఎన్ని రోజుల నుంచి ఉంటున్నారు అక్కడ, అది చూసుకోండి ఫస్ట్. ఒక్కసారి ఉన్న ప్రెసెంట్ హౌస్ చూపించుకుంటే డెఫినెట్ గా ఇట్ విల్ బి క్లియర్.
అది అపార్ట్మెంట్ మేము ఉన్నది.
No, whatever it is, ma'am. Some apartments are good, some apartments are not as per Vaastu also. So it will push you to the negative side.
ఏంటంటే అది ఇండిపెండెంట్ హౌస్, మంచిగా హాయిగా అన్ని గాలి వెళ్తూరు అన్ని ఉన్నాయి, నేను ఉండలేకపోతున్నాను.
చూడండి, ఏమైనా రెమెడీస్ చేయండి. వాస్తుకి ఓన్లీ వన్ రెమెడీ, మెయిన్ రెమెడీ is Vishnu Sahasranama. Please play Vishnu Sahasranama daily, or if you can chant without any mistakes, please daily you do it. Definitely you will get the good time in near future. Okay,
thank you,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now can we take question?
Yes, sir. We can. Some more points are there, but we can close it, sir, because it is becoming
some questions are there. First we will close the chat box.
Yes,
sir. One question, sir.
1 minute. MBS Shastra garu 1 minute.
సార్, మీరు ఇప్పుడు తూర్పు ఆగ్నేయం, సౌత్ ఆగ్నేయం అన్నారు. అంటే ఏమిటి నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. ఆగ్నేయం ఒకటే కదా?
ఆగ్నేయం ఒకటి కాదండి. తూర్పు వైపు కనుక ఉంటే, తూర్పు నుంచినప్పుడు తూర్పుకి 2 బార్డర్స్ ఉంటాయి. There are 2 sides to the east. One is north and one is south. So from east to south is called తూర్పు ఆగ్నేయ.
ఈస్ట్ టు సౌత్.
ఈస్ట్ టు సౌత్. మీరు తూర్పుకి ఎదురుగుండా నించోండి. స్టాండ్ ఫేసింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ ఈస్ట్. ఓకే,
టువర్డ్స్ ఈస్ట్. ఓకే.
Your left hand shows north, your right hand shows south. Correct. So towards south is called Turpu Agneya.
మరి సౌత్ ఆగ్నేయం అంటే ఏంటండి?
When you face south, your left hand shows east and your right hand shows west, correct? Then that is called Dakshina Agneya.
But for a house, that Agneya is a constant one, na?
That is correct, sir. For every house, there will be a East Agneya and South Agneya.
అంటే మరి సౌత్ ఆగ్నేయము ఈస్ట్ ఆగ్నేయం అని చెప్పడంలో అక్కడ అర్థం ఏమిటి అని నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు.
అర్థము ఏమిటి అంటే తూర్పు వైపు నించున్నప్పుడు కనబడే ఆగ్నేయము నీచస్థానము, దక్షిణం వైపు నించున్నప్పుడు కనబడే ఆగ్నేయము ఉచ్చస్థానము. So Simhadwaras should be always on the Uchasthana and not on the Nichasthana. So there is a Agneya. For that Agneya, you have a Turpagneya and Dakshinagneya. So it is always good Dakshinagneya. It is always bad Turpagneya. Okay. So we should not keep any door on the Turpagneya.
Okay. Now I got it. Corner right.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, we will take questions from the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Babu garu?
Yeah. I'm taking that.
Just take one by one, whichever is
Right.
about.
Right. The first question is how to apply the Vaastu rules for flats and apartment.
Sir, if management permits, Vaastu for flats, we will take it up some other class, sir. Not tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll take it some other class. Okay.
Yes.
Acha. Vidi Sula from southeast is good or bad?
That is what southeast is always good. That is called the Dakshina Agneya. Southeast, it is good.
So sizes can be of different of either side of the door.
No.
Please explain.
No, the windows on the both side of the door should be same.
Okay. While dividing the place into 9 parts, should it be on the plinth sides? Yeah, I think it's clarified. Of the windows, both sides to the door. Okay. Do these Vaastu principles apply valid in America? Our children live there, and hence this question. I think this is also answered. I mean, if you want to give some clarification, you can give.
Answer. What is the question?
Do these Vaastu principles apply and valid in America? Our children live there, and hence this question.
Yes, sir. I get calls from America also.
Right.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. The previous question, when dividing the plots boundaries into 9 parts, is it on the plinth size or plot size, sir?
Plinth size, not on the plot size, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Up to the construction level. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. From 4th floor onwards, up above, say 50 feet height of the house or apartment, Vaastu does not apply. Is it true or false?
Sir, wrong. Vaastu will apply.
Vaastu. What about L-shaped houses?
Yeah.
I mean, the rules for L-shaped houses.
Actually, I have not touched this point actually.
Okay.
I have not touched it, but only in brief, we can have a south and west. There is so much combination, sir. We will take it up in the coming classes.
Okay. How Vaastu played a part in ancient times? That's number 1. How Vaastu was treated or taken while construction of temples? I think you already said.
This already, yes, temples is a different Vaastu.
Right. How Vaastu was considered while designing the city, town, village, country.
It is a totally different topic, sir.
Right.
It's a very big topic.
I think the first question was how Vaastu played a part in ancient times. That is the
Vastu,
only
Vastu plays not only in ancient times, even now also, sir.
right. It is
How,
said
why I have told, I think in the last class also, if because for Vastu, the main item is earth. Okay. So when we believe astrology, we should believe Vastu, because astrology is the main tree, and Vastu and other supportings like numerology or the Ratna Shastramu or the Homa, Japa, all are the like branches. So astrology or a tree without branches. Similarly, astrology without these supporting Shastras, there is no astrology. So if you see when there is a good desha or bad, bad desha or bhukti antara is coming, then the astrology is depending on this supporting Shastra. Oh, your time is not good, so do this japa or do this homa, or maybe your house is not good, so modify your house is like this. Like this, astrology is based on these supporting Shastras. So what Vastu consultants' argument is, when your desha or bhukti or antara coming, that time instead of doing the pariharas, when you are getting a bad desha or bad period or bad antara, if you construct a house as per Vastu, it will, when your desha or bhukti or antara is not good, it will minimize your negativity. So similarly, if you construct a house as per Vastu Shastra, you need not worry every time. I have to walk only in a clockwise direction. If you put Simhadwara according to that, without your knowledge, you walk in a clockwise direction. While entering into house or while going out of your house, you go as a clockwise direction. If your desha is good and your Vastu is good, plus, you will get very good benefits. If your desha is not good, but your Vastu is good, it will minimize your negativity. That is the reason Vastu consultants always argue you follow from the beginning, house will take care of you. But when it comes to the astrology, when desha or bhukti or antara is not good, maybe 2 months or 3 months, we have to do the parihara only once. We will do only once. We will not do the pariharas every day. No? This is what the argument of the Vastu consultants.
The other question is, it is said that in a city where more than 1,000 houses are there.
No, sir. That I don't agree. Vastu is applicable.
Right. For a newly constructed house, non-compliance of Vastu will have impact for 1 year initially. Is it true?
Not in 1 year, sir. When you go into any house, the forces start working on you maybe from 3 or 4 months onwards. Why 3 or 4 months means the Isanya and the Vayuvya will start working on us maybe from 3 to 4 months. But when it comes to Nairiti, even after 2 years also, it will not work, but it starts working from 2 or 3 years. But when it started working on us, the Nairiti, the impact will be more, whether good or bad. So Nairiti should be always careful.
Okay. The other question is, Vastu Shastra is derived from which part of Vedas?
I have to read, sir. Sincerely, I don't know.
Okay. Is it that the gate of the house should not face the main road crossing? Is it the gate or the Simhadwara? That's what I think.
I didn't get, sir, actually. Simhadwara or gate should not face road. Huh?
The question is it that the gate of the house should not face the main road crossing?
Not the gate. It is always Simhadwara.
Yeah.
Not should not face the midpoint of the road and midpoint of the door should not be same.
Same, yeah.
That means both the points should not be on the same line.
Right. What if Vastu is not adhered? What could or likely to happen?
Sir, if anything happens good or bad, because I'm believing Vastu, this is because of this, I believe. If I don't believe Vastu, if anything happened good or bad, that is because of my time I believe. Correct?
Right. So, okay, the other question is, can there be electrical panels, meters set up under the staircase?
No problem. That can we have. What I said is there should not be any closed room. You can keep washing machine. If it is a steps or an outside, you can have a tap. Okay, you can have a for that housemaid will for washing clothes and other things. That we can have it, but it should not be closed. There should not be any room under the steps. You can have other things.
Okay. Can we build a bathroom with a commode to the Agneya wall of the flat? There is a balcony on the southeast.
We can have it. Agneya, we can have a toilet.
Yes, sir. Similar question. See, when in the staircase down below, we have a toilet. No.
So can we have wooden cupboards under the staircase?
No problem. Wooden cupboard is a almirah. It is not a room.
Pardon?
Wooden. No. You tell me. That means you are covering entire steps.
Covering entire steps to utilize the space and avoid dust.
No problem. You can have. See, the reason is if toilet means we go inside and come, na? But wooden almirahs, it is only to keep the articles. That is not an issue.
Gotcha. Thank you.
What is east facing and west facing?
What is east facing or west facing? See, when you face or if you see the east, that is called east side, sir. Or the sun rising is east, sunset is west.
Is there any specific number of windows per house?
See, normally Shastra is telling minimum we should have 4. Minimum, either doors or windows. Why 4 means all 4 sides we should have a door. So minimum 4 should be there. If you construct only a one room or big hall, whatever the size may be, we should have a 4 sides door. That's what we discussed. That is why minimum 4 doors should be there and even doors should be there. In some Shastras, they are telling 0 is not acceptable. In some Shastras, 0 is acceptable. But in my experience, where the doors are 10, 20 also, I didn't find any problem. But Shastra is telling in more books, it is always even, but should not be 0. And the first floor is count is different. Ground floor count is different. Don't add both and tell my total doors are 12. That means ground floor is 7, first floor is 5. No, each floor is different. You should have a even number for each floor. Ground is even, first is different, second is different. Okay.
So the number of doors and windows, both are different?
No, both are different, sir. Windows counting is different, doors counting is different, and this ventilators are different.
Right.
And all fiber, what is that? Iron doors or iron grills will not come into the count. And actually, it is not door. Whether you keep door or not, if you put the frame, that is called a chaukat. If you put the chaukat, that is counted. Okay, not the door. Whether you keep door or not, it is a different thing. You should not have a chaukat. If you have a chaukat, that means that frame, dwara bandhanam. If that is placed, it means it counts as a door.
So, sir, without dwara bandhanam, we have open arch like.
That will not count.
Okay, sir.
That will not count. If you put the dwara bandhanam only, it will count.
Yeah.
You put the dwara bandhanam, but don't put the door. But still, it counts as a door.
So wood finishing should not be there for an arch.
Yes, correct.
Sir, if there is a door between hall and kitchen, will that also be counted?
Sorry, madam.
Sir, if there is door between the hall and the kitchen, will it be counted as a door?
No, it is counted as a door only, no?
Acha. There is no arch, that's what I mean to say.
No, whether it's a arch or normal, if you have a door means it counts.
Okay,
It counts.
thank you.
సార్ మనము ఇల్లు కట్టుకుని వేరే దగ్గర ఉండి వాళ్ళకి ఇది వర్తిస్తుందా లేకపోతే దాంట్లో నివసిస్తున్న వాళ్ళకి టెనెంట్స్ కూడా వర్తిస్తుందా ఇవన్నీ?
But a Vaastu applies to everyone. Though it is not their own house, it applies to tenants also. So the forces will act on those who are residing in that house. It is not that this house belongs to X, so it applies to X. No.
Okay.
Then in that case, no tenant should be, all tenants should be happy actually. Why? They are not happy.
That is what, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, Vaastu applies only for those who are residing in the house. If the house
Yes.
Vaastu is not good, it is not okay for even tenant.
Yeah, but whatever now I'm going to tell one point that is not there in the Shastra, maybe the experienced persons they shared, because we are taking the income from that house, maybe 5 to 10% of that house result also the owner will face, whether good or bad. This is what I was told. It is maybe applicable also.
Yeah, there is one question. Did our rishis consider the Vaastu while they are constructing their kutiras?
That is why they are given all these sutras, no, sir? We hope, because
Can you tell just a minute. We'll open the questions. Let me finish the chat box questions, please. Can you tell total doors count to independent house? Yeah, I think it's already discussed. I have to proceed. Okay. Whether we can extend the bedrooms, bathroom to outside, coming under the steps to the roof?
No. This is also nowadays people are doing mistakes. Please don't extend anything outside from our building. Please don't do that. Do within the roof area, or if you want to construct separately outside within the compound wall.
Yeah, Babu garu, the chat box questions are over.
Yes, sir.
Okay, only one, Ramani. That is the last question, please.
Namaste, sir. Sinhadwara, can I ask in Telugu?
No problem.
Sinhadwara, facing entering the room or going out. East facing means entering the house east side, or going out is east. Means facing is important. Entering or going out.
Simhadwara, forget about us, madam. Simhadwara is facing which side?
Means if it is west side of the house, constructed house,
then it is the west.
West means going out is west.
Always. That's what I'm saying. Facing. If east side means Dwara should see the east, because rooms are there on the west side, correct? So Simhadwara cannot see the west, literally speaking, because Simhadwara sees only the rooms. So Simhadwara sees only the east means directly, so it is east facing. Or when you go out, where you see the east, correct? Or when you enter inside and if you see the west, it is a east Simhadwara. If you see the south, it is a north Simhadwara. If you see the north, while entering inside, I'm telling you, while entering inside, if you see the west, it is east Simhadwara. If you see the west, okay, it is east Simhadwara. If it is a north, you are seeing means it is south Simhadwara. So by all these confusions, which side Simhadwara is seeing, that is important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Again, we'll meet.
Yes, sir.
And now we will chant Prarthana and Janaganamana. Satyaji, can you take on and chant Pradhana, please.
Yes, yes. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति.
ధన్యవాదములండి. Now let us request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
जय हिंद. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now